All right, so this is going to be a set against Envy, who is a quite strong Saul player. Um, just to kind of show, I guess, some of the nuances or the ways to think about, or some ways you can think about the Giovanna and Soul matchup. Um, Envy does have kind of a different Saul. It's a bit more defensive than is the standard, but should still be able to give some good ideas about how to approach things. Will caveat that I was running Viking for most of the day, so this first match is kind of spaghetti, um, but that just kind of is what it is. So I guess the main things to look out for in this fight normally are just how do you pressure Saul with the threat of 5K being able to punish your 214K and things like that. How do you keep him from mashing out of stuff? And a lot of that, really, the answer to both questions is just about spacing. And hopefully you'll be able to see that throughout some of these matchups. 2S is a really good button for Saul in neutral. It's basically the only button that he has that she can't crush in neutral. Um, and we got a little bit lucky there, but that happens. And you see just a lot of spacing, like not trying to force anything because trying to run in can get you caught like that. And every time Saul touches you, Envy is using a really weird thing where he's not really converting into combo off his RCs in this set. I'm not really sure what that's about, but basically you can die every time Saul clips you with like a 2S. So that's kind of the button, the only button really that you have to be afraid of as Giovanna in this matchup. And as you can see, I ran into a bunch of them, so I lost that fight even with Envy being a bit suboptimal in terms of his damage. Got caught with the 6H, not too worried about that. It's a pretty dangerous option for Saul to be pulling out. Oh, I'm bad at video games, drop the combo. But now it's my turn to play, so... Oh, he should be dead if I'm not bad. Oh, I'm bad. It happens, but... That should hurt. To be honest, he probably could have delayed that RC a little bit just to hit confirm it normally. And again, just spacing out. That's too close, so RC immediately. No RC there. Should have been RC DP, but like I said, I was a little scrubby in this first match here. Good jab check. No conversion. Probably should have died there. And again, I'm too close, so you have to use the meter. Like anytime you are that close to Saul, it's really bad. You don't want to be pressuring him with your closest. You don't want to be that close. And you'll see there, I didn't finish the 214K just because, again, if you do it, if you don't RC, then you're punishable by Saul, which is always a bad situation to be in. So dash 5K is a really strong, messed up a safe jump that should have been DP safe. But dash 5K is really strong in this matchup. It's one of your best options once Saul starts using 2S because you can whiff punish it. And it's also just really hard to stop in general because Gio's so fast. And you see me jab check after the drill because Saul's in general and Envy in particular, like they have a tendency to challenge plus frames because they're Saul and they have a 3-frame button. So you can just use your 4-frame jab to just kind of say, no, don't push buttons there. I don't ever really convert off of it, but really for me, the goal is just to keep him from pushing buttons there. I need him to be honest. If he wants to challenge me, he's going to have to challenge with like a DP or something really big. And you can see it again. And again, 214K, you don't want to use it. Like it feels really weak in this fight because it's punishable, but it's not punishable if you space it correctly. So that's kind of going to be the goal. I got kind of lucky there. Yeah, once I saw the 5K, I supered just because Saul doesn't really have good options to cancel from there. This should be a safe jump. Didn't mess it up that time. I distinctly remember that moment. I actually tried to super him there, but I guess it was like tight or whatever. And now it's just don't overextend, which I didn't do. And I'll take the first round there. That's not a good start, but you see me just DP or just block an FD to push him out, give me a chance to keep my pressure, keep him from pressuring me like consistently. Trying to bait DPs there, but not really getting him. Good 6H there. That should be a lot of damage, but I feel like, yeah, he dropped that. That should be huge damage anytime he hits you with that counter hit there. Ooh, was trying to get the OTG there with the light kick so that I could get my safe jump, but messed it up. And he should be dead here. Just straight into super, keep it burst safe. But so yeah, that's kind of, I guess, the general flow of the fight. I'll probably try and highlight, I guess, moving forward a bit, some more of like the staggers that I'm using and the ranges. You'll notice that my use of 5H is pretty abusive. And to be honest, like Saul or any character can actually challenge that. You can just 6P that. But the thing is if I space it properly, you know, I can make the 6P whiff at that range and then just whiff punish it, or I can actually cancel into the 214K and just counter hit you for pushing a button there. So essentially, the whole point of standing at this range and pushing the button is I want Saul to play defense like a more normal character. You don't want him to be able to. That was a pretty lucky jump, to be honest, and I should have killed. But yeah, you don't want him to be able to rely on his 5K, which is a fantastic button, right? It's 3 frames, it's super fast, but you don't want him to ever have the chance to use it. You want to stand at a range that, you know, it's only a 5-frame button, and if he whiffs it, he's minus 24. So that's really what a lot of this spacing and stuff is. That was really close. I got lucky he didn't punish me with 5K there. But kind of the nice thing is, if you're playing the matchup well and you're spacing most things properly, then sometimes you can get away with stuff like that, because, you know, he's not used to you actually giving him something that he can punish. And that's how you get away with stuff that you really shouldn't be able to get away with, kind of steal turns and stuff like that. This is a little bit close, so again, don't finish the string, because I don't want to die if he blocks it. Just jab check there, because that felt like he was going to cancel something really late. And should be dead here. Not dead there, because I'm bad. And get the throw anyway. But yeah, hopefully it's providing a good example of, like I was saying, just kind of some of the thought processes for how you manage the fight offensively to keep from, you know, Saul from abusing. And again, some of this is because of Envy's kind of particular defensive styles, where he doesn't really, at least not against my Geo, he doesn't really DP and pressure all that much. And to be fair, with a lot of the staggers I'm doing, if he DP'd, he would super die for it. But, you know, people can challenge you just kind of bullying them with 5H in the disjoint range the way that I'm doing right there. And again, I'm standing at I saw the DP and tried to punish it a little bit too early. And now it's just a whiff punish game, right? I don't have to commit to anything, so just play at a far distance, throw out the 2D just to make sure that he doesn't vortex in like a maniac, and then just come in with a, you know, pretty much unreactable dash 5K. There's the FD into DP. I use that quite a lot against Saul. It's really strong if he is trying to just bully you with repeated far S's and things like that. And good burst, because he was definitely going to go through the wall with a super there. But he's going to go through the wall anyway here. So that's what you buy by kind of mixing up your option to, you know, abuse 5H and to actually cancel into the got a block there. But yeah, by switching up when you just 5H repeatedly and when you 214K, you can catch them trying to press like 6P or 6H in the case of Saul or something like that. And essentially that's just kind of the game plan that you want to run against him. Space it out properly. If you're close to Saul, do not finish the string until the Saul player starts punishing you, because you're really negative actually when you just stop a Gatling in the way that I'm doing. So if you do that too close, you can definitely get punished by basically anyone in the cast. But if you're spacing it well enough, then, you know, the player will have to, I messed up my super there. The player will have to kind of consider what they want to challenge with. And if it's a slower button, then that can be scary for them, right? Because slow buttons get eaten up by 214K. That should be a punish, but that move's kind of weird sometimes with the pushback. And yeah, it's you know, like I said, Envy's actually a really good player. He's kind of he actually messed up my bike in like right before this set, before I switched over to Gia. But like Giovanna she's always been able to fight him decently well. Like even launch stall when he was kind of at his craziest, 6S was really hard to get around. But apart from that, like she can fight him pretty well. And yeah, I'll have to ask Envy about that because that cancel into the DP, even if it's clean hit, I don't think that's better than just RCing to the ground and doing like soul damage. So I'll have to ask him what he was looking for there. I'm dying in the corner. I tried to do FD DP. That would have beaten like him trying to do Bandit Revolver or something like that, but Bandit Breaker just went right over it. And that's kind of the way the fight goes if you're not doing so well, is you just get put in the corner, and normally my goal will be to that's unfortunate. Normally my goal will be to get out of the corner. FD, make him end his turn, and then like super jump out or something like that, but sometimes you just get caught and die. He caught me trying to DP there. So it's a good option, but it does lose to a fair amount of stuff, to be honest. I wonder if super would have killed there. But yeah, FD into DP, it will lose to, like you see Envy use like, he'll do like close S far S and 2D or close S far S 2S. And both of those options will smoke the DP pretty hard, as will just a straight Gatling from far S into H. But it's still a good option because it forces Saul again to play more honestly. Like a lot of this matchup is just about, got lucky there. A lot of the matchup is just about keeping him honest and not letting him abuse you in the way that Saul players are used to doing. I'll probably back off because I'm afraid of DP. Yeah, so that's actually a really good call by Envy there to just run up and throw, because I was definitely not going to challenge him there with meter and DP possibility. Gave Saul a Rekka for some reason, not sure why. And here again, just need the touch, so do the 2D, keep him from coming in with something nonsensical like full screen vortex, and just pick your moment. Like you've got 99 seconds in a fight, no reason to rush. Yeah, there's the DP again, and there's like a situation where I didn't die for it, but like that's a pretty good trade. Like I get neutral back, get a little bit of pressure. It's totally worth it just to make Saul think about the option. And again, don't finish 214K the first time because I don't want to die if he blocks it. Finish it the second time, get a counter hit into, you know, wall break super. And yep. Safe jump. And I've got meters, so I can do that. Looks really familiar. Is it the same match? It is not the same match because he definitely just did not run up throw me the last time that happened. Again, don't overcommit, just very simple stuff. And in that situation, I was pretty heavily favored because he had to FD just to keep from dying to chip. So I kind of got some freebies there in terms of once he pushes himself out that way, he can't 5k you. Because yeah, Saul's one of the few characters who maybe sometimes actually doesn't want to FD Geo, because if she's close, he's got punish options against her, right? Whereas if he's far, then he's just got to hold the pressure and be a normal character and, you know, either rely on it. Oh, that's unfortunate burst. He has to just kind of deal with it. I got pretty lucky there. I thought he was going to the Bandit Revolver, so that's what I was trying to catch, but the 6P was slow and active enough to catch the Bandit Bringer as well. He's playing super respectful, so you get to run in and do throws. And that time he challenged, so die. And yeah, like, Saul, he's got a DP, he's got the 3-frame button, but there are definitely ways you can manage the fight, right? To make it unpalatable for him to use those options. And if they start doing things differently, like if he starts challenging with DPs in some of these situations, then that's fine too, right? Because if someone is committing to DP, then they're betting. Oh, that was a good jump. Then they're betting half their life on getting a DP. I hate that cancel so much. Um, so it's just punish the opponent until they force you to stop. I definitely tried to super in that gap there, but there was no gap. That was a tight mix up. And I should be dead. Oh, he. So you can actually just two things. One, I think a wall break combo would have killed me, and then two, if you're Saul or if you're any character with a DP, if you see Geo's super startup like that, you can actually just DP it. Like you don't have to block and hold the RC mix. That's a good block. I was definitely trying to counter hit him. Ooh, messed up my cancel there. It's unfortunate. And yeah, like I said, at this point, like I've noticed that Envy is playing pretty respectful, like because that keeps happening, right? Like when he tries to mash, a lot of times he's getting counter hit. So it's keeping him honest, which lets me do things like rely on grabs more. Again, you see that jab check after the drill just to say, it's not your turn. I don't care if you have a 5-frame button. I'm +2 there. And single jab, super low committal, like, yeah, he might DP there, but again, if the opponent starts DPing, then that's fine. You've got options. So long as you have at least like a decent read on the timing for their, when they want to bust out and stuff. That was a great, that was a great gap. Do it again because, why not? Ooh, and I really wanted to get out of the corner there, even just like let a 5K, which is super minus on whiff, get away. That really should have been a combo. I haven't been converting jab anti-airs this set. That's pretty sloppy. Caught me trying to DP check him there. Oh, that was a really unfortunate burst block. I feel like that was one of those incidental things where he was holding forward because he was dashing and gets the cross up into the burst block. And probably going to lose this round. And back off because, again, Envy's not DPing, but it's the implicit threat of it. And to be honest, I think that's something that you can probably use Envy. He's super dead. As you don't have to block necessarily all the time, even when you don't want to DP. Like having the DP gives you the freedom to do. I was changing music there. Having a DP or having 50 tension, that gives you the option to wake up with like pretty unsafe, what would normally be unsafe stuff, because people do have to respect the option, right? DP RC is a pretty dangerous threat. Like if they're hit confirming that into like fast RC stuff, that's a ton of damage. So you can use that kind of thing to your advantage. Good burst because he was super dead there. And yeah, again, I'll definitely ask him about why he's trying those, RC into DP. I really don't feel like that's a good option, but probably just trying something new. That was a great throw tech. I feel like even if you clean hit though, that probably still wouldn't be maximum damage. But yeah, and you see, again, like a lot of the pressure stuff is just don't go in too hard. Just stand at a range where 5K isn't a huge threat and just harass. Geo5H has a disjoint at the tip, so if you can space it there, then you can just kind of throw it out with abandon. It's pretty broken. Super dead. So that's the proper, not quite the proper DP punish, but it was close. So yeah, that's a good situation of what I mean. I had 50 meters, so super is a threat. So I just woke up, dash forward, throw. Like that's not real at all. And because I did something so disrespectful the first time, he actually tried to meet me the second, and I'm just like, I've got 100 tension. I'm not gonna block. Like I might run up, throw you. I might, wake up RC or something, or I might wake up super. But I'm absolutely 100% not gonna block when I have 100 meter. Ooh, that was a good 2S. First to keep him in the corner. That was an accidental input. And that's what I was talking about with using 2D to punish. Ooh, that was a really unfortunate throw tech. But yeah, that's what I was talking about with using 2D to punish someone trying to like FDDP you. And yeah, sometimes you just die. Because I absolutely got smoked that round, but it's still important to represent the options because you need to force the opposing player to think about those kinds of options, because it will funnel their offense. I am getting destroyed. It'll force them to funnel their options in different ways. That was me trying to FD. I remember being pretty tilted about that. So this one's probably a wash. Good whiff punish there, but I had already buffered the drill, so it didn't get... Yeah, that should be dead. Nope. I'm probably going to jump, yeah. I could feel like that was definitely me just trying to scheme on how to get out of the corner, so good stuff to Envy for being ready for it and just using stupid 5k anti-air. That was unsafe. But I think it's really important to note that I think that's only the second or third unsafe 214K that I've thrown out this entire set. And I think we're on like game 7 or 8 right now. So again, like 5k is super scary, right? So you just don't give them the chance to use it against you. You don't give them the opportunities to get free punishes on things. Every other time, or just about every other time I've done Sepultura too close, you see me RC. I don't do it too close unless I have the meter to keep it safe. He's been backdashing, so just, you know, check him a little bit there. And he's dead. And for anyone who doesn't know why you do that combo, that is a burst save, completely burst save combo that Geo has off of her throw with RC. It's good pressure there. Ooh, jump over 6S. At launch, that's how you had to fight Saul in neutral, was you had to actually jump over 6S because you couldn't 6B it before. Good DP. More of that next time. So that's something that I did because Bandit Revolver's super annoying. I really hate that move. So you can block Saul, and at places, oh, pain. That air grab, I feel him on that. But yeah, you can use the DP after like you block like a punishable sweep or something like that. Like Saul's not going to just let you punish him. He's going to cancel into something there. So you just like DP after, and if he does Bandit Revolver, then he's going to eat a counter hit DP damage. So it's a good option. I honestly don't use it very often. I need to actually incorporate that into my game to keep people from trying to check me with stupid Bandit Revolver frame traps. Dash 5k, I was trying to get the safe jump there, mucked it up. That was an unfortunate whiff. There's the 5k whiff punish on 2S that I was talking about way back when. And again, like you see, I'm not really running at him very often because running at him is how you die. There's the FDDP. Do it again. Oh, I was feeling myself. I'm not sure if that combo does work, but you have to have like really proper spacing. And I was feeling myself and felt really good about the angle I had there to get the rejump, and was totally wrong. Caught him on the jump back. And yeah, I feel like he can kill with a real combo there, instead of trying the DP thing. And I distinctly remember that moment. I like to, if I think it'll kill, I end that with, ooh, I should have whip punished that. Sometimes I'll end a round with, oh wow, double KO. I'll end a round with Sol Nascente off RC, because I think it looks cool, but feeling myself too much and like nearly lost the round for it there. Like I said, he's been backdashing, so we started chasing. Tried to catch me DPing, I got kind of lucky there. Or I guess blocked, so I played defense well there. Ooh, that's gonna hurt. And again, like, you've got 50 tension, you've got a DP, so it's okay to, you know, wake up with some shenanigans every once in a while. Envy uses that 6H to like try and catch you. Like I was saying before, like you can challenge people trying to match 5H or do 5H and then backdash or something like that. 6H blows it up, but If I just finish 214K and it's safe at that range, then I can do big damage too. And again, not running in, not trying to like I'm not letting him push me into the corner, but I'm not trying to enforce space too much. I'm content to kind of play in the mid range. He shouldn't challenge there. Well, I take that back. You do have to challenge there because run up DP after is a threat, but you have to pick and choose when you challenge there because if you push a button and I push a button too, it's definitely my turn. Good 2S check. Caught me running in. And that's why you don't. That's why I'm saying don't run in all the time because Saul can put out the 2S there, and it will beat most of your run-in options, to be honest. Ooh, too close. Ooh, that's not gonna. Yeah, I'm not gonna get the full thing there, and I don't finish because I'm too close. So something that Envy can actually do, something to think about for next time is you should be able to recognize as well when Giovanna is too close to you. And when that happens, you know, if the player has shown that they're not willing to finish strings unsafely in front of you, then just use that as your match point. Um, because if I'm just blocking, I'm going to die. Um, right? Or if I'm trying to stagger, I'm going to die because I'm definitely punishable at those ranges. So if you can recognize the ranges as well, then you begin to force the I'm gonna burst, yeah. You can begin to force the Giovanna player to actually have to finish the strings because if she's too close and doesn't finish the string, you kill her. And I believe that's the end of the set actually. Um, but yeah, so that is the set, and hopefully it provides some options for you guys on how to think about Giovanna versus Saul, how to structure your pressure, how to um, approach neutral and things of that nature. And again, on your side, Envy, one thing I would encourage is definitely to um, begin to recognize when Giovanna is too close, because that will give you the opportunities to know, okay, when should I press after I block something? Um, Obviously, once you start representing that, then it's on me as the player to keep you from doing that by actually finishing the string. But finishing the string is good for you. I think that Saul probably wins that damage exchange just because he hits so hard off of everything, and Geo hits hard, but she doesn't hit as hard as Saul does, and she doesn't have as much life as Saul. Um, so, get used to the spacings, recognize them as well, and use that to inform how you challenge. And for the geos out there, for the most part, as much as you can, don't be close enough to give Saul the ability to apply that kind of leverage to you. Space out your options, and as much as possible, don't run into things. You've got 99 seconds, no reason to rush. All right, that is it for me, and I hope that helps you guys.